Lil Durk's lawyers have come up with 3 ways to try and get him out of jail in 2025. The first move involves explaining some of Durk's lyrics, which prosecutors claim are self-snitching. But Durk's team is fighting back, using a strategy similar to what was seen in the YSL trial. In court, Durk's producer gave a signed statement in the murder for hire case. He said that the song Wonderful Wayne and Jackie Boy, featuring Babyface Ray, which prosecutors say was bragging about a murder, was actually made 7 months before Lil Pab died. The court document, labeled ATTP, even includes the original project file of the song, showing the date it was recorded, proving it came before the incident happened. One of the lyrics being questioned is, "Look on the news and see her son screaming no, no," which refers to Quando Rondo crying at the crime scene. Durk's team says this line wasn't about that specific moment because the song was made long before the incident.
This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
They also pointed to another lyric by Lil Durk where he raps, "Told me they got the Addy, go, got the location, go." Prosecutors tried to use this to suggest Durk was involved in targeting someone, but things took a turn when Brick Baby publicly said that he would have dropped Quando Rondo's location if Lil Durk had asked, simply because he's loyal to him.
Why is that? Then it's people like, you lined up somebody from your hood. Like, listen, I didn't. But at the end of the day, what's wrong with giving my friend the address? Oh, this is my boy. He lost his boy. Who did it could be around. 9 times out of 10, he had asked me, I probably would have been coking if he even asked anybody, if this is even true. But 9 times out of 10, like I said, can I leak a bar?
Sure.
I said if he make the call right now, I'd up it.
Right.
As Brick Baby already said, his comment had nothing to do with the actual crime. It was just a hypothetical situation. He also made it clear that he won't snitch on Lil Durk. Still, the lyric about Quando Rondo screaming seems like one of the biggest coincidences ever. But then, the prosecutors hit back in court. They announced that they have over 230 gigabytes of digital evidence, including audio, video recordings, and surveillance footage. On top of that, they're going through 20,000 pages of reports for discovery. This lines up with what DJ Academics once claimed, that all of Lil Durk's albums tell a story that could be a roadmap to the crimes he's allegedly involved in.
2020 Von, 2021 his brother dies. 2022, the niggas who his brother, they get clapped. The two Von, at least a cousin of theirs get clapped. 2023, he drops an album, I'm almost healed. You ever think about that, chat? It's like poetic. 2020, Von dies. 2021, his brother dies. 2022, get back for both those situations. 2023, I'm almost healed. Crazy, huh?
If you want Lil Durk to be released, it's hard to ignore the fact that he may have created a roadmap for revenge through his music, followed by attempts at healing. But now, with strong evidence being brought forward, things are getting serious. It was just announced that Lil Durk's longtime associate and co-defendant in the murder for hire case, OTF Didi, might be considering a plea deal. That's because the case about Lil Pab's death isn't the only one Durk is now connected to. More cases are coming out where OTF members are allegedly involved, and OTF Didi seems to be trying to distance himself while he still can. In today's court hearing, the feds claimed Lil Durk paid to have 2 people targeted, Stephen Mack, who was connected to the death of Durk's brother, OTF Jam's baby mama, who passed away after Durk reportedly found out that Jam wore a wire. Authorities now believe OTF Jam could be the key witness in connecting Lil Durk to all 3 crimes. In one Instagram live, Durk and other OTF members noticed something strange. Jam appeared to be wearing a wire. He was seen holding the top, his jacket, and whispering, as if checking to make sure everything was working.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, my whole dream changed. I ain't gonna lie, like back in the day. Oh, my God. Oh, dang. Like back in the day. Oh, look, he took out.
Check on your man, I heard you got his head.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, man.
Hey, when I was growing up, I
what happened to Dare?
architect.
What happened to who?
What happened to Dare?
Schools out of town.
All that woofing on the net, it got your man.
Prosecutors kept digging deeper into the case because they wanted to make sure Lil Durk wouldn't be granted bond. So, during his detention hearing, they showed the judge some serious evidence. According to newly unsealed court documents, Lil Durk has now been linked to a murder case in Chicago, where he is suspected of being behind the death of Stefan Mack. Authorities believe Mack was targeted as revenge for the death of Durk's brother, D. Thang. While Durk hasn't been officially charged in this case yet, his name appears in the newly released paperwork. To strengthen their case, prosecutors pointed to 2 of Durk's Instagram stories. One where he wrote, "For D. Thang, aha," and another where he was seen laughing shortly after Stefan Mack's death.
Can't see other shit. What? Tweak on my phones. Right. Hey, somebody always said, slap a car. Somebody always said, slap a car. Well, look on who that, yeah. What said that? He said, bro, like a cheeseburger. Ain't nothing cheesy over here. Stupid. Real water. Y'all Jews. Y'all low. Hey, I know what it be too, bro. What's that? Like everybody got that cheese, y'all. Y'all be doing shout outs. Okay. You gotta know your jury. Like, if somebody want me to give them a shout out for the jury, I'm gonna make sure you're in that vault.
As the investigators put together a timeline from Instagram Live and Stories, they confirmed that the Instagram story where Lil Durk was seen laughing happened on the same day Stefan Mack was killed. But that's not all. Things got even worse. From there, prosecutors also brought up more evidence, including a public interview from Brick Baby. In it, Brick Baby said, "You can't say Lil Durk never slid for King Von anymore," suggesting Durk got revenge. He claimed this because Lil Pap was supposedly seen snitching on Durk in front of 10,000 people during a live stream.
It's just said, 5 Chicago gang members with ties to Lil Durk, OTF, accused of being hired to unalive Quando Rondo in the LA incidents where Lil Pap was unalive. Suspects face the penalty if convicted.
But was this an attempted hit?
Why would
They can't say that no more.
Then they put you as
Why?
God.
Like, who died? You can't say that no more. Oh, because of FBG Cash? Oh, who?
Federal charges in California.
Nah, because Lil Pop.
So this is about the...
Oh! What's that? But I'm just saying, they just say you can't.
When Lil Durk was first arrested, Brick Baby was on a live stream. During the stream, the host brought up an old interview clip where Brick Baby said, "You can't say Durk never slid," referring to getting revenge. That moment forced Brick Baby to re-watch the clip, the same clip that drew federal attention to Lil Durk. Now that the feds were watching Durk closely, they also discovered more evidence. One key piece was a video showing King Von jewelry shopping with 2 suspects in the case, known as Dee and Boogie.
The solitary stone. We just looked at him. Let's go over there. What up, bro? Boss, you good? My boy. Let's go.
They got real in here, man, because he just stepped in. The money man stepped in.
This made it very likely that some people wanted revenge for King Von's death. But at the same time, Lil Durk's enemies also noticed all the serious evidence piling up against them, which gave them another reason to want revenge. Sources say Lil Durk was moved quickly to another prison because of problems in his original cell block. Since he's a high-profile rapper, he was likely targeted for his commissary money and fame. The day after that, both Quando Rondo and his friend Lil Tim did separate interviews. But strangely, they both said the exact same thing, making it feel like more than just a coincidence, just like the suspicious timing of Durk's lyrics mentioned. Earlier in the video, Lil Tim said the situation with King Von should have been avoided. He also said Lil Durk shouldn't have risked his whole life trying to get revenge for a beef that he and Quando were actually okay with ending.
No, like, shit, I was just protecting my little brother.
When you did finally find out that it was King Von who did it, how'd you feel?
I was like, damn, if Brian did that stupid shit last night, he still would have been alive. That's how I was. But I was like, shit, I ain't no the type person I am. Like, I'm a humble person. I ain't no disrespect to like his mama saying f him and shit like that, because I could easily get on that type of stuff and be clout chasing type. Like, I ain't on that type. I'm a humble person, but it's like they ain't never popped that shit off. That would have never happened like that.
In a different interview but released on the exact same day, Quando said the same thing, saying that he wishes it was handled a different way and that Durk never should have thrown his entire life away trying to get revenge. He has a family with tons of responsibilities.
Whoever on my side, they got kids and a mama that 100% love them. And at the end of the day, bro, all this bull that we talking about is stupid. That could have been handled a totally different way. It could have been handled to the point where a song and $3-4 million could have came out or whatever like that. It could have got handled in a legit way, in a music way.
Which is a very weird coincidence, just like Lil Durk's lyrics against Quando Rondo. This, however, made Durk's life in jail extremely hard. He was moved into a new county jail with terrible living conditions pretty similar to YW Melly, where Charleston. White even said people like YW Melly who committed an M shouldn't be living good inside a jail similar now to Lil Durk.
Even the YMW Melly, I'm so happy he in jail getting mistreated. Yeah, I'm so happy he in jail getting mistreated, homie. Homie, when you take a life, homie, you ain't got a right to complain about a motherfucking thing, about being mistreated. When you done chose to play somebody.
However, Lil Durk's lawyers were able to secure a second reason as to why he'll be released in 2025, beginning with reports of Lil Durk found out his co-defendant Otani filed for protective custody when they came to court together this week. This led to the attention of Lil Durk's best friend Bezu, who reacted on IG Live.
No motherfucker know what's going on, but them people that's in them courtrooms, man. For real, for real. Them be false accusations. Y'all don't even know what the f be going on, for real. Y'all really be trying to play Inspector Gadget and all this. Y'all just be weird as hell. That's what I be talking about, man. Like, first y'all that threw the jams rumors out there. Now y'all talking about Vonnie a snitch, gang. A snitch on what? Y'all don't even really know what's going on, for real. On my kids, y'all really just be running. And that's why I don't participate in nothing that got to do with nothing illegal. Because of you motherfuckers, y'all be trying to get them put under the jail.
But this is where it gets crazy because DJ Academics would end up speaking on Von allegedly snitching. This caused major confusion, but he revealed the true plan.
When you see Flacco post something, you almost gotta be like, look at this headline. Lil Durk found out that his co-defendant OTF Vonnie, King Von cousin, filed for protective custody when they came to court. Okay. That sounds so crazy. That sounds so crazy. Now, this is why we have streams like this. This is, you know, I'm not gonna get on anybody or anything like that, and I'm not gonna ever say that I haven't, you know, maybe jumped maybe once in a while, but I definitely do aim to be correct, and I never try to be incorrect out of malice, right? This is why we love to bring up the paperwork and try to explain it and also increase everyone's knowledge on stuff, because a lot of times these days the headline is way better than the story.
Lil Durk knew that OTF Von didn't snitch, and he didn't want people online dissing him about it. That's why a phone call from jail was released where Lil Durk said he's not going into protective custody. But the truth is, it's Vonnie who's also not taking protective custody. The message with the call said, "Just got off the phone with my brother Lil Durk. He's in good spirits, staying positive, and focused on getting back home to his kids and family. We're not glorifying negativity. We're more than just street guys." That's actually an understatement. We are men of honor, and we live by a code no matter how much money we have. Bro is on the main line with the rest of our people. No protective custody.
This call is from a federal prison.
Say what, bro?
I said, I know you're but if you need anything, you know I got you.
You know, I appreciate it. You know, thought that counts,
Yeah, yeah. I know how that be, bro. It don't matter, bro. We ain't never moved our money. Except for that first time. Once it was that, it was that. Once it was like then, everything was his.
Yeah. I feel back to you same. I can't help it like shit. Where you from? What you got going? I see it too, yeah.
Man, what? The PC. Hey.
They thought they thought a computer, you downstairs, they be like, man, you know you, man, send me upstairs. Whatever it is, I gotta tap to it. Can't go no more.
Lil Durk would not be allowed to say that Vonnie isn't snitching or going into protective custody. So he said it himself, that he is not going into protective custody, at the exact same time when this is all going down. However, Academics has different feelings, saying that phone call was the worst thing that he could have done, but he needed to back up OT Avani.
With all due respect to whoever 900 Brubra is, again, with all due respect to you, the guy's fighting for his life. I get it. Maybe for whatever reason, which I still think would be a dumb reason, let's say that Durk wants to address the people. You know how you put this out? You say, yo, Durk, we on. You let him say what he's saying to the public, and you cut it off. We don't need to hear y'all back and forth. Because a lot of this audio kind of feels like maybe this wasn't how Durk wanted to first communicate with everybody in the world. Anything he does is gonna go viral. Having a conversation about, you know, even if you think it's in good faith, yo, we don't move off money, nah, blah, blah, blah. It don't sound right. It don't sound right, brother.
Then leading into the third reason why Durk's lawyers will have him released, which starts with another lawyer online predicting his release date. It would be announced Kodak Black's attorney Brad Foran says Durk has a chance to beat the King Von. And Quando Rondo revenge case unless OTF testifies against him, he says, I'm hesitant to say they have a slam dunk case on Durk Banks. I think they have a long way to go to prove the conspiracy against.
When it comes to Durk Banks, you know, so far I've seen one text that says don't have them associate my name with any kind of flights that they're taking. Certainly that's not a good text, but is that the only text? Because that doesn't, you know, that in itself doesn't stand on its own. Certainly it's circumstantial. But like I said, we have to wait and see what other evidence they have. If they have a snitch, if they have videotapes or audio tapes of him saying something, I think that's a lot different than, hey, just make sure you don't associate my name with these guys. So I'm hesitant to say that they have, you know, a slam dunk case on Durk Banks.